Hi everyone, this is Steve Johnson, and the purpose of this video tutorial is to show you how you can use your Google Apps for Education email account, which we call Gmail. It's really helpful to share and be notified that other people have shared documents with you. So the way that you want to do that is you first want to log into your Google Drive account, which I'm logged into right now. You can do that by going to drive.google.com. That's one way to do it. Once you're logged into your Google Drive account, you want to go up to your 9-box or grid app in the upper right-hand corner. When I hover over it, it says Apps. When I click on that, I have some options. And the one that I want to click on right now is Mail. So I'm going to click on Mail. You can see that I am now in my Google Apps for Education Mail account. Now, mine might look a little different from yours. Initially, I did choose a different theme, and I moved one thing around. I actually moved this right here. It used to be down here, but I moved it up there, and I can show you how to do that at the end of this tutorial if you'd like that. So let's just kind of walk around the interface for Gmail. First off is you're in the Mail, I guess, interface. When I click on this arrow that's pointing down, I have two other choices. I have Contacts and I have Tasks. I'm not going to talk about tasks right now, but if you click on Contacts, that's where you can make contacts and contact lists and groups. I'll talk about that in another video tutorial because this is just going to kind of get you started using Gmail. But very, very helpful, especially helpful to put contacts in and create groups if you want to share information with coworkers or students and not write everyone's email address in all the time. So I'm going to go back to Mail, click on the arrow right there and go back to Mail, and I'm back where I started. So you can see that the first button after Mail is the Compose button. When I click on Compose, a new box opens up, and in this box I can write my message. So I could write a message to myself. I'll write a message to my district email. That's the old, district email that we still know and use and love. If I was going to write to my Gmail account that I'm in right now, if someone wanted to write me an email, it looks a little different. It's your username, and mine just popped up right here. So you have the same one, same suffix that is, right here, pbvsd.k12.ca.us, and then you have probably your first letter of your first name and then your last name or some type of configuration of that. This, if someone emails me at this address right here, then I would get it. I would get that message in this inbox. So again, this is different from my district email. This is my district email right here. And that's not going to, the district email that people send me to this address is not going to show up in this Gmail account. This Gmail account has a different address, and again, that's this one right here, the longer one. Okay. So this is how you would send a message. You'd write the message right here, click send. You can see how you can change the formatting. You can attach files, attach something from your Google Drive, and you can do a lot of other stuff too. You can also delete it if you'd like. If you don't want to write anything, you can X out. Since I did that, I have a draft that's in my draft section. So I'm going to click on drafts, and I'm going to delete it. So I click on it on the left, and I want to discard this draft because I was just doing that as an example. Okay, so a couple other things. If you star important things, important emails, they'll show up in your starred section. You can make things important, and if you file them as being important, they will show up in the important section. Chats, any chats that you have had with anyone will be saved within chats. This is important to know because if students are G-chatting with each other, you can always click on chats to see what the conversation was. A lot of students don't know that there's this capability, and they don't usually delete the chats that happen within the section. So if you need to ever go and find a record of their chats, you can do that by logging into having them log into their Gmail account, and then you can check their chats. But you can delete them. So all I've got to do is click here, here, here. I can delete these chats and they're gone. Okay, so just be aware of that. You've got your sent mail, you've got your drafts. Circles is something that has to do with Google+, which I won't talk about now. And then I have all right here, all of these labels. They kind of work as folders. They're not folders. Google doesn't necessarily have folders, but you can label messages. And so when I click on Classroom by Google, for example, these are all messages I've labeled as Classroom by Google. And the cool thing is you can give one email message many different labels to find it very easily. So it's kind of a good thing to keep in mind. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move over here, and this is where I can chat with people. So I can search for people to chat, and if I want, I can click on this, and I can do Google Hangouts from here. So I can try the new Hangouts if I click on that arrow. I can tell people if I'm available, which I am right now, or if I don't want people to G-chat with me right now, I can be busy. I can also sign out of G-chat altogether. Now here, I can also make phone calls, and I can start a video call. And this is how you'd start a Google Hangout, by clicking on this button right here. Now, you can see that I have these people. These are all people I can chat with. So if I was to click on, let's say, Diane Taylor, she is not on right now. She is not on GChat, so this would go as an email message to her. But I can see that Jill Kelsey is on, so if I click on her name, then a Google Gmail box pops up, and I can pretty much do instant messaging. You might be familiar with the old AOL instant messaging app that there was, it's been around for years now. This is very, very similar. And I could also do a video call and do a Google Hangout with any of these people that are online right now. So that's really good to know, especially if you need to do some face-and-face PLC time with a fellow coworker. Again, if you go to this box right here where it says Settings and click on the arrow, you can see that you can change the display density and configure inbox. And the most important thing here is Settings. So when I click on Settings, you can see that the first tab that's chosen is General. General lets you know, your default text style, or the different types of stars you can do to make something look important, a message look important. You can do, you can put your picture here so that people will see a picture of you when you G-chat them or email them. You also can do your signature here at the end of your email messages, which is important, and vacation responder. There's a lot of other things too, so you can take your time and look through this and see how you want to configure your Gmail account. Here, when you click on labels, this is where you can control labels, and these are labels right here. And when you click on labels, here's where you can control all your labels, remove them, or edit them. So that's really important to know. Also, you can kind of go through these different accounts, filters, and stuff like that, which I won't talk about right now. But one that is kind of good to look at is themes. When I click on theme or themes, that's where I can choose my my theme for my inbox. I chose soft gray, but you have some HD themes here that you could try out. Some custom themes, classic themes. So there's a lot of options that you can choose from. The last thing I'll show you in this tutorial is labs. Labs are basically experimental things that Google's doing, just trying it out. And you can enable these experimental options if you'd like. But the thing is, since they're experimental, they could go away at any moment. So the way that I got this GChat function over here, when it used to be over here, is I used a lab. And what I enabled was right side chat. So if you find right side chat and click enable, and then go to the bottom and click save changes, you can move your GChat from over here to up here. You don't need to do that. That's just something that I really liked. And you can go through all the other lab options right now if you'd like as well, and see if there's anything cool that you'd like to try out and have in your Gmail inbox.